Hello, YouTube Nation! It's Shadow Studios 9, Minecraft username Primary Optimus, and I am here to show you something wonderful. Now, a while ago in my LP world, I built a cow farm, a lot like this little guy here. Well, somehow this exploded. I'm not going to go into details, but there was something green involved, and yes, it was a green sheep. You're correct, a green sheep blew up my old cow farm design, and that is why I usually play on this world on peaceful. Well, I mean, you punch the creeper in creative, and then the creeper explodes still because it aggroes, and you know, it's a long story. Just don't punch lime wool sheep is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so what I needed to do was create a better cow farm, because this cow farm had an issue. After initially opening it, no more cows would fall into the hole because of the fact that the cows could tell there was air here. And how did I solve this problem? With the power of fence gates. And why fence gates, you may ask? Well, that is an excellent question. And the reason is because mobs think they can walk on fence gates. No matter whether they're open or closed, mobs think, hey, that is a fence gate, I'm gonna go walk on it. Which means that even when you open it, cows are still going to come running down and through it. So, now that you've seen it, or, you know, seen a little outside preview of it, as it were, I'm going to show you how to build this simple little mechanism. And it really is simple. So, we're going to start with one side, and so you go block, torch, block above that, piece of redstone above that. Oops, nope, I want a torch to the side like that, yep, and then one last guy, and then you put a piece of grass there, and then you put a block next to it to put the fence gate on, like so. And then you go 1, 2 over, and then you go and repeat that pattern. So that's block, torch, block, redstone, adjacent block, and torch. Again with a piece of grass, and then an extra block with a fence gate on it. Okay. Now that was pretty simple. Now all we have to do is create our mechanism for lava. So you want the lava to be in the middle here so that there's 2 blocks above and 2 blocks below it so that the mobs won't burn their drops, and also so the mobs are falling fast enough to just go through it. So the first thing we're going to do is throw a block adjacent to that torch there. We're going to get rid of this piece of grass and replace it in favor of a sign. We're going to take that sign and we're going to throw it on either side, and this sign is going to hold up what is called the lava blade. So the next part, logically, is to build the said lava blade. So to build it, you need to go 2 back from the initial hole, so there's 1, 2, 3 spots, and then that drop off that's held up by the sign. So that's 1, 2, 3 spots, and then put it back on it. And after you do that, you take your lava bucket, drop it in, take your lava bucket, drop it in, the lava comes out, and the lava will be at its thinnest there, and that is what we like to call a lava blade. Now we just need to turn on now we just need to create a mechanism for it, and we'll just bring the redstone down like so, put it in here. Now I pulled it out like this to the side on this build over here, so that way, instead of pulling the redstone across, I can put a wall here like this, which gives the cows more depth to fall in. You don't have to do that, but I just found it worked better that way. So after you pull it out like that, you just go around, and see what I mean? You get this extra depth here to build a wall in. Okay, now after you've done that, remember it's redstone around to the first one, and this will turn it off, and this repeater will pull the signal out of this block and send it around to this guy. So now you can open and close your gates, which will cause the cows to fall in once they're standing on this. So see, you can stand on it now, and when you open it and go stand on it, you fall through into the lava and you become cooked, my friend. And then of course you can build any size cow pen above that you want. And now on this completed cow pen over here, I will show you how it works. So I will shove in a bunch of extra cows just for some cow madness. Grab myself some of the good old wheat, all natural, non-processed, of course. Pique the cow's interests, open it, and here comes my free steak. Absolutely beautiful. Now, okay, well, after all these cows finish burning to death so you can actually hear me, there we go, now all that cow burning noise is gone. On this build, I used a lever so that you can control it. However, after some testing, I'd almost recommend you use a button instead, because if you're using a lever, sometimes almost all of your cows in the pen will fall through. Like right there, we still have a decent number of cows left. We could breed those, absolutely no problem. But one time I was testing it, I pulled the lever, I looked away for a second, and I looked back and all my cows had run down the hole and burned to death. So, unless you're going to be super observant of a lever, I'd almost recommend using a button, and then so every time you press it, 1 or 2 cows will fall down, and then you'd press it again and 1 or 2 more cows will fall down. That way you have more control about the number of cows that are running down and falling in. But that is my improved cow farm tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider commenting, and subscribing. I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers that may or may not be watching this video. And once again, thank you to all the people who help support this channel and keep me doing what I'm doing. I will see you in my next video, and for that I say toodles.